Hi everybody. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the IFERROR function. And all the IFERROR function does is allows you a method by which to handle errors, if you will, in functions and formulas in Excel. So what I've got here is a short little list of 3 different kind of errors you might encounter. This first row is a situation where you're dividing a number by 0, so it throws up this divide by 0 error in Excel. This next one is an error that the VLOOKUP will throw when something's not quite right, and you don't even have to be familiar with VLOOKUP to appreciate this, but basically it's trying to look up a value in a third column where there's only 2 columns. In the next row, we've got this error where this search function is trying to search for a text in a cell or a range where it doesn't exist. So it's throwing this value error. So the thing to consider is if in any of these 3 scenarios, maybe you have multiple rows of data where you're performing these different functions or formulas, and you just want to kind of neaten things up because like in this situation, you're going to have some zeros in your data that are going to throw this divide by 0 error, but that's not going to be the case for all of your rows. So how do you remove that divide by 0 error without messing up the formula for all the other rows that you don't throw that error? Well, you use the IFERROR function. So let's take a look. Let's click into our cell here where the actual formula is being calculated. So all you have to do, go ahead and start typing if, and notice IFERROR shows up there. If you type an E now, it'll be the only one available. You can go ahead and hit tab and it'll open up the parentheses for you. So there's 2 arguments here in the IFERROR function. There's the value, which in this case is our formula. And so we're going to hit a comma or type a comma, and we're going to place a value if there is an error. So this is where you get to choose what value you want to see if there's an error instead of the error itself. So a lot of times when I'm in this situation, what I like to do is just hit the double quotes twice, nothing in between. And so what it's going to do is just return a blank space there. So it kind of cleans things up nicely. And if you had several rows of data where you're making the same calculation where you don't have zeros throwing that divide by 0 error, it's just going to leave a blank where all the others will do the calculation. So the same is true on this next row with the VLOOKUP. Again, all you've got to do is start typing if, just one I should do the trick. So just type IFE, hopefully, and then tab, save yourself a little bit of time, and then on the far end of the original function or formula, type a comma, and then the value you want. We might just want to type in, you could type in a string or a number. You could type in 1, 2, 3, close your parentheses, and it'll replace the error with 1, 2, 3, and if you're formatted for currency, it'll look like $123. So just be aware of that. So anyway, you can do that. We can go down to this last one, try something different. Type another string, does not exist. So depending on your situation, depending on the scenario, you can place something else in there instead of that ugly error like this situation. Well, you're looking for the text high in what is that going to be, G4 in the cell where there's just the string green. You can just say, well, it doesn't exist. So there you have it, the IFERROR function. It's a simple function, but it helps you kind of clean things up.